Johnny Unitas. The Golden Arm. The best there ever was. The legendary number 19 has inspired the next generation of quarterback greatness. Each year, the Golden Arm Foundation honors one man who embodies the on-the-field talent and off-the-field character of Johnny U. Brought to you by Transamerica.
It's a great tour. It kind of brings delight for the athlete that's here with their family, what Baltimore is all about, what Maryland is all about in sports. And for some of these guys, they wouldn't even know, they never saw my father play except for highlights. So when they come here, they get a little bit more taste of the history of the game, what it represents to this town. People still come in here, and from what Mike Gibbons says, cry sometimes at the exhibits. And I can understand that. They were passionate. And this town is a passionate town. So the museum helps give more clarity to what my father was all about, what the Colts represented to this town, and what we're trying to accomplish here and bring more focus on sports in general.
It's held up pretty well, hasn't it? He looks good. The horses. That's crazy. It's all good stuff.
It's almost like everything Mr. Unitas had was given to this museum over time, and for him to be so, unselfish. And when I think about my stuff, I'm like, well, I want it. I want to keep it. But if there was something like, back home like this, a museum like this, I would definitely have to give a lot of my stuff up just because it's such an honor to, be recognized like this. And I know, from talking to Mr. Unitas Jr., he would say the same about his dad. And he'd love the fact that everything's been given back to the community in a way.
AJ is just a wonderful selection. The committee did another great job. We had 30 guys this year, which is the most we've ever had, and they're all qualified. They all represent the same qualities and characteristics and things of my father. But again, it only comes down to one winner in the very end, and it was fun. And of course, the other thing, AJ was one of the 5 finalists last year too. So. It's a tough process, but the selection committee gets it right every year, and very thrilled for AJ, very happy for him. He represents everything about my dad, the integrity, characteristics, values. He's a team player. He's humble. You see him when he walks off the field, whether he wins or loses. He's business, and that's cool. So I'm really pleased for him.
We gather tonight on a special night to honor the legacy of John, who practically invented the quarterback position. And I know AJ's done his research and spent time at Sports Legends today and knows a lot about the guy whose award he's receiving tonight. His family members, teammates, and friends in this room know how special John was, and just as important, what he stood for. And tonight I think John and all of you will be proud of the young man who will receive the award named after John.
We've had a decade-plus relationship with John Unitas and the foundation, and just the whole organization, what John's all about, what the foundation is all about. It's about education, and education's all about supporting the future. And our company, Transamerica, is all about transforming tomorrow. It's about making sure that families are protected for the future. And anyway, the whole Unitas family, the whole Unitas event, we got to know John Unitas Sr. It just fits so well with what we're all about that really is the sort of impetus of the relationship, and it goes back a good decade plus.
It just wouldn't be the Golden Arm Awards without Scott and, of course, all of you. And thank you to everyone for coming this evening to celebrate both my father's legacy and the man voted the top quarterback in college football for 2003, A.J. McCarron. In winning the Golden Arm Award, A.J. joins a company of many great quarterbacks who come before him, including Jay Barker from the University of Alabama, Crimson Tide winner in 1994. And of course, Peyton, Eli Manning, Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, and like them, he has accomplished both on and off the field.
It's about excellence. I had the opportunity to meet John Unitas 15 years ago, and we automatically had a connect based on attitude, hard work, and excellence. And I have thought about this for a long time, and John and I have talked from time to time, and so the stars were aligned, and I'm hoping that since this is my first year that this is an opportunity to extend it for a long period of time, because we just love what John's dad, Johnny Unitas, stood for, and we want to be part of that legacy.
I love John. You know, we came here together I came in '55 for the first time out of high school, and of course John came when the Colts came calling. But the foundation does a wonderful job, and it supports a lot of scholar athletes, and so I'm just happy to be part of the John Unitas Golden Arm Foundation and do what I can. But I love coming here. I know that another story always tells me I got a lot of a good one. The fact that he was invited to a retirement home up on Joppa Road here. And of course, when they knew John was coming, they had pictures plastered up on the wall, and everyone knew he was coming. Well, anyway, he said he got to the parking lot and got out, and he was starting to walk into the retirement home, and there was an older gentleman, older than we are. He was standing there like this, smiling, and John said, "Man, he must be waiting on me." So anyway, John opened the door, and he says, "You know me?" And the gentleman kind of looked startled. He said, "No, I don't." But he said, "If you go in that office, that lady will tell you who you are and what room you're in." So, if John was here tonight, the first thing he would say, A.J. McCarron. He would be very pleased to see a young man with your character, A.J., your integrity, your leadership. We've seen that in every game that you play, and your pure athletic ability. And I know that he'd be very proud to know that you're winning this award tonight. And we just appreciate you coming up tonight with your quarterback coach there. We just said hello to one another, and to receive this award. It's a big honor for everyone here in Baltimore to be here to make this presentation. So I just want to thank you for inviting me. I haven't pinch hit too many times in my life, but I'm happy to be here tonight to do that. Thank you.
Well, when I received the Unitas, the recipient of the award back in 2006, it helped me because at that time I was still in high school. I just suffered my injury, and it was motivation for me to do better because I felt as though someone believed in me. When I was down the most and I needed the most support, someone was there to help me along with my first year of college. I went on to college, and then eventually it helped me to graduate.
He was injured in a high school football game and wound up in a wheelchair. He's still in that wheelchair, but he hasn't used that setback to slow down his goals. He's up and walking 25 steps now. He's got his education with a scholarship from the Golden Arm Foundation. He has graduated from Towson University, and I know he's destined to do some great things. Let's have a nice welcome for Van Brooks right up here. Van, great to have you here.
I actually run my own nonprofit. It's called Safe Alternative Foundation for Education, and I share my story about how I was injured and how I had to fall back on my education to help me out, and I'm trying to share my message with the kids to let them know that education is important and they need a backup plan for life.
Back to the Golden Arm Award, character, citizenship, leadership, academics. John touched on some of that, and it also doesn't hurt to have a Golden Arm. The award is about football, but also the other things that John valued, and I think most of us in this room value. I think A.J. aced the test. Student athlete, got his degree in 3 years at Alabama. His teammates and coaches describe him as a selfless leader who always puts the team first. The football resume, John touched on some of it. Quarterback the Crimson Tide to back-to-back national championships, was part of 3 national championship teams. His interception ratio, second best in major college history. On average, he might throw a pick about every 75 passes or so. Fantastic. This season, he completed 68% of his passes for nearly 2,700 yards through 26 touchdowns. He holds Alabama records for career passing yards, total offense, and career completions. Bottom line, he's a winner. Record at Alabama, 36 wins, 3 losses. Enough talk. Let's take a look at some of number 10's work. Check out the video. Never get tired of looking at that work, right? Yeah. Family and friends here to share this night with AJ. He was a finalist for this award last year, and I'd like to recognize the other finalists this year because he competed with some other great quarterbacks. The other finalists were Aaron Murray from Georgia, Derek Carr from Fresno State, Jordan Lynch from Northern Illinois, and Tajh Boyd from Clemson. And what a three-day period this is for AJ and his family. Last night in Orlando at the ESPN College Football Awards, he received the Maxwell Award as the Outstanding College Football Player of the Year.
I couldn't be, more happier for AJ and all the things that he's accomplished over his career at Alabama, and then to get this type of award and everything the Unitas Awards stand for is AJ. And you talk about the intangibles of character and leadership and excellence and competitiveness, all those things. He embodies all that. So couldn't think of a more fitting award for him, and I couldn't think of a better person to represent the Unitas Award.
John and Brooks, please come up and we will present the 2013 Golden Arm Award.
First off, I'd like to thank God. He gave me a second chance at life. A long time ago, I was involved in a bad accident, and he's made everything possible, and never lost my faith. So I can't thank him enough for blessing me every day. Definitely like to thank Transamerica and all the other sponsors here, putting on such an awesome event. Y'all been excellent to us all day long since we got here. It's different. I told them the hardest thing, it's not really the sleep, it's learning how to pack go from Orlando to snow. It's my first time really ever being around snow. I had a pullover on and I regretted that right once I got off. So. I'd definitely, of course, like to thank Mr. John Unitas Jr. I've known him half of the day, and he already seems like family to me. He's, got my family presents. Just unbelievable. The limo wasn't bad picking us up from the airport either. Even though I told him sorry for having so much luggage. It all didn't fit. We had to get another cab at the same time to follow us. But and then everybody else, welcomed us to Baltimore, my family today. Everybody here has been very gracious to my family, and the hospitality is awesome. I can't thank y'all enough for that. I look up to Mr. Unitas and try to model myself after that with how humble he was, not only on the field but off the field. I try to give back. That's one of the biggest things. Since I got a second chance at life, I wanted to give back and help out whoever I could, because I've been in those shoes of your parents thinking you're going to die, and then God creates a miracle and all of a sudden you're alive again. He gives you a second chance at life. So I try to model myself. I can't tell you how much this award means to me. It's my first ever award. You named off all those great things we've accomplished as a team, and I think the media can't stand us because we never really get a whole lot of awards, but this is just unbelievable, and it'll always be special to my heart just because it was the first one, and I feel like it's the purest one. It stands for the right things. It's not all about flash. Like I was saying, it's not all about flash and gaudy numbers. It stays pure to the game and not only doing right on the field but off the field. And I can't thank you enough for naming me the 2013 Golden Arm winner. This award will always be the closest to my heart and mean the most to me. Not only for it being pure, but my first award ever, and I can't thank y'all enough. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's a a dream come true for a parent. Just being able to see him have some recognition. He's worked so hard all these years, and to finally be, because he's not an individual person, he's all about the team first, which makes us so proud as parents. So just to be able to see him get a little bit of recognition is just amazing, and we're so thankful and appreciative for the Unitas family to recognize him. It's such an honor.
It's what the award stands for, and that the pride that I take, that they think enough of him to want him to represent their organization. And I told Mr. Unitas earlier, I really, really think they picked the perfect person. I think he's going to really do justice to what that award stands for. That's my proudest moment.
The first thing was, as a parents, we always have preached that football can be taken away at any moment. And then coming to the University of Alabama, Coach Saban, that was something he as well and his coaching staff has always preached. Football is not life; it is a game. It could end tomorrow. So they also instill community service, giving back, and there are much more important things in life. There's children. We're very much involved in children with cancer and trying to give back to them. So we try to. I've always instilled that in our boys, and AJ also. That's become a passion of his. So that was just one thing that he worked hard to try to make sure that he graduated early, and he did. And so now, no one can take that away from him, his diploma and his degree. So if football doesn't work out, he always has something that no one can ever take away. And from the University of Alabama, that he is, it's a dream come true for him to have that. And, life lessons that he's learned from his coaching and his staff members there. So it's just awesome for us as a family.
He's a good football player, but he's a better kid than he is a football player.
Thanks to all of you for supporting the foundation and the work they do for people like Van and all the other good things they do in education. So happy holidays. Good night, everybody.
It's so exciting to see him finally get recognized for all the hard work he's put in Alabama as well as football, and to be here with his family and with the Unitas family, it's really incredible.
Well, I think it's amazing every year that these quarterbacks get celebrated based on their character, based on their educational attainment, based on their potential to change the world. And I think that's what makes this most unique. I think John would have been extremely proud of every one of these quarterbacks that have come through. America needs young men that stand up and model something more than just athletic ability. And I think that happens here every year. So I wish AJ great success like every other quarterback that's been here.
Coach Saban always says something, don't be blessed, be a blessing to other people. So I always try to live by that, and hopefully I can, just hold somewhat of a candle up to the standard that Mr. Unitas had back in the day, and make him proud.
AJ makes a great example of why we're so enthusiastic about supporting the Unitas Award and the foundation and all that it's about. Great kid. His tomorrow is obviously very, very bright. I heard a question that he answered today. He was asked, hey, do you still feel okay about coming back for your senior year? The inference was, you didn't win a championship. Was it worth it? And why did you stay? And his answer I loved. His first answer was, well, I really stayed. The number one reason was my brother. I'm playing football with my brother this year for the first time ever. And that's cool, right? That's what we're all about. We're about families and protecting families. And I don't know, it was just a great sort of example of AJ and gotten to know his family now this afternoon. And I don't know, it just fits with what we're all about, protecting families and their dreams about tomorrow.
It's almost living a dream, starting playing football at the age of 3, and just being poor and not having much. You never really think of things happening like this, and so it's just pretty surreal and crazy. But I'm loving the journey. Just trying to live in the moment right now and just take it all in and have fun with it while it's here.